Greetings, welcome back to HM Live. As I do each year, I am coming to you from the General Conference exhibit floor, and this has been a wonderful conference. We have had so very many positive things take place in both our Home Missions Administrative Committee, in the Board of Directors meetings, and then of course as we begin into the conference service sessions. Wednesday night, I suppose we had the largest crowd that we've had this week, as there was a drama celebrating the miracles of healing and what God does. Thursday, there were these business sessions, and of course that's what was supposed to come to conference for, but really this year I think it became secondary to the fact that Thursday night our General Superintendent David Bernard and the entire team did a masterful job in service. I told Brother Bernard that he had done so much to advance the cause of home missions and had truly made an impact. And I'm very, very grateful for his leadership and his interest in the church planters of the United Pentecostal Church. I know that many of you were unable to be at General Conference. When the opportunity presents itself, please do look in on the message that Brother Bernard preached. For every preacher, it should be something that you take a look at and spend some time with. Of course, in our service Friday night, again, great touch of God. And I'm not as interested in the specific momentary outcome as I am the long-term result of what happens 8 years, 10 years, 15 years from now. It's the planting of the seed of an oak. It's not grass seed that we're planting when we begin challenging people to plant churches and to become home missionaries. We had so many wonderful components, beginning with one of our local licensed preachers, Ashley Stewart, leading us to a celebration of every local church, including yours. Aren't you glad that you have a local church in your town? Aren't you glad that somebody planted that local church? Of course, our choir was made up of people from home missions churches and daughter churches all across South Texas. It was amazing and interesting to see that a number of pastors and pastors' wives were part of the mass choir at the General Conference service in Houston, Texas, 2010. That is hands-on participation in the service. That's a wonderful, wonderful thing. At several presenters, you need to hear the story of Bill Harden, a man who has been involved in planting multiple churches. You need to hear the stories and challenges of Art Hodges, raised in home mission settings and now investing himself strategically in the planting of daughter churches. And then I just have got to tell you, there were some video components from home missionaries, like from Galveston and from the Kansas City area and Ohio, that I'm going to tell you, they bring it on home that we can do this thing. And finally, Tim Gaddy and James Lumpkin did extraordinary job in presenting to us both the opportunity and the responsibility that exists in the planting of new churches. Obviously, simply by the number of times I've used the phrase today, I believe in church planting. I believe it is the most effective thing. I believe that we need to take a lesson from overseas missions, where that there are 18,000 preachers. And last year, the Foreign Missions Division, with 18,000 preachers worldwide, established 5,400 preaching points, daughter churches, and autonomous works. That's a ratio of almost one new preaching point for every 3 preachers worldwide. What would happen in North America, where we have 9,000 preachers, if this year we decided we were going to open up one new preaching point, one new evangelism center for every one of those 9,000, or one for each 3 of those 9,000. Give us 3,000 more sites where the gospel is being preached. Hey, some of you fellas, put on your boots. It's time to go to work. This is the time, this is the moment, the vision, the opportunity to sow the seeds, to get into the field. Let's make an impact for God. From the General Conference of the United Pentecostal Church, I am honored to participate with the home missionaries of this fellowship. And I will tell you again this week, even though I don't have the opportunity to see most of our home missionaries because they're back home in bivocational work settings, I'll tell you again, the greatest things happening in North America are still happening in home missions.